The All Musicians Club is getting ready for a dance party, and we want to welcome to the program Carmen Pacella from and Bill Ring as well. He's performing in the big show. He's the dance party guy, and then Carmen, of course, is with the All Musicians Club. So thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Good to be here.
So tell us a little bit about the Rebel. Who are the Rhythm Rebels? You've started that. You founded this group.
A little bit of a tongue twister, right?
Yeah. So far I've tongue twisted the whole interview.
This has been a project, long, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I've been working on this, putting this band together for about 2 years. Different personnel. Finally, finding the right personnel. It's all about alchemy and good chemistry and attitude and performance ability. And finally feel like I've got a really great group of people.
There's about eight people in the group or so?
There are currently 8. We've got a sax player that we've invited to play with us. He was at our debut in June, coming back this Saturday. Might be another surprise or two that we have at that performance. But yeah, we're basically an old school soul, Motown, R&B, a little funk, backbeat, but the idea is people love this music and they love to dance to it, and
Absolutely.
we just want to keep them moving the whole time.
So we haven't mentioned yet, but this Saturday, the 27th, doors open at 5:30, music's at 6 p.m. over in Clubhouse 5. The Rhythm Rebels are going to have the dance party. And now I want to say that this is the second time out, right, Carmen? You're inviting them back by popular demand.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the All Musicians Club, from time to time we sponsor different bands in different venues in the village and even sometimes outside the village. But Bill and I go back a ways, and I've been watching his iterations on his band, and this band is great. So they had a sellout crowd last month, and the general consensus is, the place was packed, and everybody was dancing, and just so many accolades that we said we have to do this again. So we have the event. So that's what
describe the music styles that you guys are like happy with or you're putting out there.
Well, we haven't yet figured out whether the show should begin in the 60s with the Motown music that so many of the residents here my age grew up with. But we touch on everything from Stevie Wonder. We're doing Brenton Wood. We're doing Knock on Wood. We're doing a lot, and then we're doing a lot of more conventional stuff. Earth, Wind and Fire, Kool and the Gang, KC and the Sunshine Band. The stuff that you think of when you think of stuff that's going to make you move.
Right.
We've got 1 male vocalist. We've got 3 female vocalists. The ability now to get complex vocal harmonies and hit those parts. The rhythm section is as good as I could hope for. I mean, everybody locks and loves playing together. We're kind of become a family, and we just feel like if we're having a good time, everybody else is going to have a good time. So that's what we try to convey from the stage.
And with this group, is there really any song you can't do? I mean, like, hey, we got the female vocalists, we got harmonies, we have the men, so it's really, you can tackle anything you want, right?
We could, and we're relatively new. As I said, last month was our debut, so we worked some time building enough of a repertoire to be able to carry an evening. And we're still learning new material. We've got people recommending or suggesting that we cover certain songs. We just had a conversation today. Somebody wants us to do Lady Marmalade and the Average White Band, pick up the pieces, cut the cake, some of those things that we remember. Those will be things that will be added to the repertoire for sure.
Okay. And Carmen, tell me a little about All Musicians Club in general for folks who don't know what you guys do. Like you said, you're sponsoring these guys in the performance here, but what are you guys all about?
In the village, the All Musicians Club was started about 5 years ago. And basically, it's a membership open to any player, any type of music, any type of drum circle or ukulele band or orchestral violins. It's just open to musicians. And we're a nonprofit in the village.
Sure.
We operate on donations only. And we sponsor quarterly jam sessions of different genres of music, anywhere from folk to country to bluegrass, jazz, rock and roll, rhythm and blues, you name it.
So if I'm a bongo drummer and
You get a free membership. You just get a free membership. You give me your email
Come
address.
on board.
Just we welcome any type of musician.
And when you guys do these sessions, do a couple of members get together and say, hey, why don't we perform like this? Or hey, why don't we try to do this? Or how do you guys work all those things out?
We have a directory of musicians, and we list all of their names and their instruments and their level of play. And people can go down the list and pick, oh, I'm looking for a jazz bassist, or I'm looking for a country lap steel guitar player. We have them. They're there. And then you can call and make your contacts. We have a rehearsal room at Clubhouse 3. And thanks to Bill, and we go back a ways trying to get a musician's rehearsal hall that's dedicated to that. We have it now. It's on a part-time basis, but pretty soon it'll be full-time.
Terrific.
Yeah, so that's what we do. And people can put their own events together. And as a club, Bill and I we run the club. So if somebody comes to us and says, hey, I got an idea for a bongo circle like you're mentioning, we'll rent the room and get them set up.
Help them make it happen.
We'll help them make it happen, make the flyers, and charge a little donation at the door to cover the expense. But we'll do all the legwork and make sure that they get their people together and have fun.
Well, I'll ask this question to both of you. You can answer individually. What has it been like to build this community and meet these people and have these events and do these shows? What's it been like in terms of just building this community and getting to meet all these interesting people here in the village?
It's a lot of work. That's all I can tell you. It's a lot of work trying to, it's like, what do they say, herding cats or something. So you've got all these musicians and trying to, make them feel comfortable and make them want to have fun and get together. So
Yeah, a lot of the folks that we've discovered, there's a continuum of musical ability, and there are lots of folks who are a little shy, not comfortable yet with the instrument, maybe have an interest in it, but haven't really approached or haven't attempted to. And then you've got everybody along the line. At this end, you've got professionals in the village as well, people who have had careers. We're comprised of a blend of all of those folks, and each time you wind up meeting someone else, you want to invite them to participate.
And they all help each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the idea. We want to be here to support. The village, unfortunately, never really had a permanent home for musicians.
Okay.
There are plenty of places in the village for other artists.
Right, ceramics and painting and those guys.
You know the drill, but there's no home for musicians, and that's part of what we would like to see have happen, is get a home.
But he's not blowing his horn loud enough, because he's the one
So to
that,
speak.
it started 3 years ago. We started working, Bill had the idea that the village should have a dedicated studio for musicians, all types of musicians. And if it can be open 7 days a week, and you have different people there in the afternoon, you might have a violin concerto on a Tuesday afternoon, and you might have a Thursday evening jazz jam session or something. So thanks to Bill, we got it, and we're working on it. I mean, he fronted the bill and paid for it for the first couple of years. So
That's pretty good. Well,
Yeah.
I think my two takeaways are all musicians club pretty fun, and don't mess with Bill when he wants something.
exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
give us one more time the highlights for Saturday's show so folks can get out there and have some fun.
Absolutely. It's at Clubhouse 5. You all know the drill, open to Laguna Woods Village residents and your guests, so invite your guests. The doors open at 5:30. The show begins at 6. There's a GRF cash bar there for those familiar with that. You can bring everything else with you. And we're looking forward to keeping you on the dance floor from the time we start to the time we finish.
All right. Bill and Carmen, All Musicians Club, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for the chance.
Got it.
All Musicians Club at yahoo.com.
There we go. We nailed it. Thanks, guys.
you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.